Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So guess what arrived in the mail today? Bam! My Supernova palette from BH. Now, if you watched my previous video, you know that I am embroiled in a little bit of a saga with this brand. I have these 4 palettes that are like floating out there theoretically in the mail. Well, yesterday night, literally about 10 seconds after I pressed upload on last night's video, I got an email from them with the tracking number for that shipment. Hopefully by Saturday or Monday at the latest, I will have those 4 palettes that we can chat about. But this afternoon, randomly, I was checking a couple other tracking numbers and I saw that this was on my front porch. It had been delivered in only 2 days. How is it that this gets to from California to Maryland in 2 days, but the other palette they're still not here and it's been over 10 days? What? Bizarro world. Anyway, let's talk about this. This is the Supernova palette. It is an 18 pan baked eyeshadow palette. It was $12 and it is the sister to the Galaxy Chic palette. I forget how much I paid for this. It was about $12, but BH runs sales constantly. Bookmark their website and keep checking back in because a lot of times they have phenomenal sales. Like you can get palettes for $9. The palettes that I have coming, I got for $9 each, if you can believe that. It's crazy. I'm kind of scared for my husband to see the box because he's going to be like, how much did you spend? I'm going to be like, it was under $50 for everything. It's ridiculous. It's like, ah. So this is the Supernova palette. It comes in a cardboard, I don't know if you call it really clamshell, but it has a magnetic closure and the magnet is very strong on all of their magnetic palettes. So see, holding it upside down, it's not falling open. You have your little Supernova on the front and the back is just marketing copy. There's really nothing of use on the back. And you open it up and I'm going to get the mirror out of the way. And here are the shades. There's 18 of them and they are named after, you know, various, like there's a lot of zodiac signs in here, other words relating to kind of space. These shadows, as you can see, they are baked. They don't fill up the pan the whole way. So when I first opened the Galaxy Chic palette, actually, I was like, oh, these look really small. But the pigmentation, particularly on this, is kind of off the chain. So you're not going to need a lot of these at all. These are going to last a lot longer than you think. We're going to go back and forth to the Galaxy Chic palette. I'm going to tell you what's different, and I'm trying to get the mirror out of the way beforehand. Okay, so the big deal with the Galaxy Chic palette, right, was that they're marbleized, so they kind of look like planets and moons, and it looks really cool, but it's hard to tell what the product is going to do on your skin because you have multiple tones going on in here and you're like, well, okay, I see that I have like, there's a blue and a brown in the same pan, but how are they going to kind of get married on my face? So I find that when I use this, I'm always having to do a swatch first to kind of jog my memory as to, oh, well, that's what this color does. Now, swatching is, obviously I love swatching, right? Swatching parties, but I don't want to have to swatch every time I use a color because eventually you're kind of using a lot of pigment that's not going on your face. For some reason, and I don't know if BH kind of realized that or if maybe there was no reason at all, but these are not marbleized at all. So what you see in the pan is what you're going to see on your face. Hallelujah. That just kind of simplifies it for me so I don't constantly have to swatch. Also, the color balance is a lot more agreeable to me because it is not blue intensive. This is kind of blue overload, you guys. Look in that middle row. You got a bunch of blues. You have 2 blues and 2 kind of green blues, and then down in the bottom row you have that blue. That's a lot of blue. If you're not careful with blue, if you point that in the wrong direction and pull the trigger, you're gonna wind up looking like Tammy Faye Baker. I'm sorry, but it's so easy for blue to look trashy and cheap and poorly blended and look like you're playing, you know, with kids makeup. No. That's kind of a drawback here. They got their act together with this palette here. So you do have this beautiful blue. It's kind of like a cornflower color, but then you also have plenty of other stuff. You've got golds and taupes here. You have some greens. You have your pearly white, your pearly silver. You have some beautiful mauve cranberry shades, a copper, a warm pink. You have like a dusty purple. And then you have these 2 here, Scorpio and Luna, are really interesting. You have like a gray kind of taupe color there, and then here you have a micro glitter in the black shadow that is green and silver and pink at the same time. Ooh, look at it. You can even see it in the pan. Now, don't worry. I am going to do skin swatches here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do those separately as voiceovers. I know voiceover kind of a pain in the butt. But I don't want to just be kind of holding my hand up to the camera. I want you to see how they actually swatch on skin. I'll probably do forearm swatches. In conclusion, and I will be doing looks with this, I promise, because I'm already in love with half of these colors. $12 can't be beat. These shades are so much more complex than what you would find at the drugstore. They are, I mean, just take a minute and look at, where is it? In this middle row, Stella. Stella, look at this. It's this gorgeous pink, but it has a silver kind of base to it. I know I just said I wasn't going to stick my finger in your face, but look at me sticking my finger in your face. You probably can't see it here, so that's why I'm doing the voiceover swatches. But it's one of the most interesting colors I've ever seen. It's like simultaneously silver and pink without being a true duochrome. So awesome. You're getting a lot of really sophisticated shades here. You know, like the gold is a real light gold, but it's not brassy, it's not yellow, it doesn't look like cheap spray paint. I really cannot say enough about this brand as a whole, you guys. And they have not paid me to say this. I wish they would. BH, if you're listening, hook me up, but they haven't done that yet. So I just really I keep spouting off about this company because I think everything that they've made that I've tried is world class. We all remember this, right? We all remember the amazingness that is the Carly Bible palette. The eyeshadows and the highlighters can't be beat. They're as good quality as anything I've ever used. And I mean anything. Like, I'm talking about, call me an idiot if you want, but I really think that these shadows in here are as good as NARS. I really do. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So, without further ado, I am going to say goodbye to you here, and we are going to re-emerge in voiceover mode, and we are going to get to swatching. Phoenix is this first color on the left. It's this really gorgeous, super sparkly metallic gold. That's the one that has absolutely no brassiness or yellow or cheapness to it at all. And then second, the middle swatch is Leo, which is more of a bronze that has a gold reflect to it. And then the third one on the right, that's Vega. Vega is more of a metallic, super shimmery taupe, super flattering on a whole variety of skin tones. Next up, all the way over on the left, we have Capricorn, which is this amazing, like a teal kind of color with a strong gold glitter and interference to it. And then next to that, we have Pisces, which is a much more vibrant green. And then Lyra, which is one of the most interesting shades in the whole palette. It's almost got a duochrome to it. It's like a darker seafoam blue-green color with a lot of gold micro glitter to it. Very, very pretty. The next shade is Pegasus. Pegasus is a super, super glittery, cool white shade with tons of silver glitter. And then right next to that, we have Libra, which is super similar to Pegasus, but it has more of a silver tone to it. But I have to be honest that both of these shades are very, very similar on the skin. Then moving over to Stella. Stella is that gorgeous, really kind of weird, funky, dusty pink that also has a strong silver base to it. And then we have the only true blue in the palette, which is Nova, a gorgeous, glittery cornflower blue type color. Then we have Gemini, which is a metallic gunmetal gray color. And finally, we have Scorpio, which is a really super complex, it's like a brown slash grayish taupe kind of situation with almost a little bit of like a lavender or like a bruise purple undertone to it. Now these swatches are the final row of the palette. We start off with Aurora, which is a warm toned, very, very light shell pink. Then Celestial, which is more of a copper penny color. And then Neutron and Aries, which look pretty similar, but Aries is a little bit darker than Neutron is. They're both cranberry colors. And then finally, we have two of the most complex shades in this palette. We have Nebula and Luna. And Nebula is kind of an unusual gray gunmetal lavender color color. Very, very shimmery, gorgeous. It's unlike any other shadow that I have. And finally, Luna, which is that black color. It's very reflective, very shimmery, very frosty, and it has this multicolored glitter to it that really gives it a lot of dimension, and it's so much more interesting than a lot of other black eyeshadow colors that I've seen. Okay, everyone, so I hope that you enjoyed that. If you're motivated to go out and get this, let me know what you think about it. I would love to see looks that you guys are doing with some of these palettes, because I really think these are like the dark horse awesome products of the cosmetic world. Phenomenal. 10 out of 10, recommend without reservation. Love them, love them, love them. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and for spending some of your time with me today or tonight, whatever the case may be. If you aren't subscribed and you would like to be, please click the button down there, or once we get to my end screen, my face will be up here, there, so my face. Click my face to subscribe, and I will see you guys real soon in my next video. Bye.